think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to one of the first multi-blood 2v2s that we'll have here today. I am Fox, and joined here this evening with...
Hello everyone, Akimi here.
So, in case people don't know what's going on, it is a 2v2 tournament with both multi-bloods involved. It'll be Type LUMINA and Current Code. So, one person will be playing, one person on the team, like player A will be playing Type LUMINA, and player B will be playing Current Code. And then, depending on what the score is, if the Lumina player on Team 1 wins, and the Current Code player on Team 2 wins, I think there's a coin flip to see who plays what game to finish up the set.
It's not a coin flip, it's actually RPS.
Well, there's an extra option, so yes, you were correct.
I mean, we're fighting game players. We always want to RPS for, I guess, port priority, which, well, I guess in this case, game priority.
Yes. You could be slightly weaker in, let's say, Type LUMINA, but your partner in Current Code is way stronger. You're like, yeah, I'll let you do the carrying. I'll just try my best. So you just need that one game, and then all of a sudden you're up 1-0, and then your partner clutches out 2-0. Just move on to the next one. So even though there aren't that many entrants for right now, to be fair, it's 14 people, even though it's 7 teams. Next time, I assume this will probably pop off because that's what multi-blood players do. They see one event, they're like, this seems pretty good, and then all of a sudden they all come in droves the next time.
Not only that, but it looks like with these types of games, if you have to play in your unpreferred game, your lack of skill in one may prove to be a detriment. So having a diverse skill ceiling in both Current Code and Type LUMINA will prove very valuable.
Yes, there aren't a lot of people who can play both games at a... I don't want to say high level, but I feel like people like you and Scrot, you all can play Current Code and Type LUMINA efficiently without any real issues switching back and forth. Some other people might be stronger at Current Code, but they barely touch LUMINA for like, I don't know, less than 10 hours or something like that.
Now, granted, the movement in both games are pretty similar to one another, so the fundamentals from both games do carry over from one to another. But of course, different characters as well as different mechanics are definitely going to play a big factor in how well you perform in each game. Yes.
Most people will probably see the biggest difference in the way Shield interacts, because I don't think a lot of people have seen Current Code too often recently. I think within the last year, because there was no Climax of Night in 2023. So that's where most people would probably see their big, oh, this is the other multi-blood tournament, but that didn't happen last year. So now, hopefully throughout this year, people see more Current Code tournaments and they're like, oh yeah, this game does do things differently than Type LUMINA. Maybe I'll get into this so I can play the other one.
Especially when it comes to shield interactions, where while Type LUMINA has the guaranteed shield interactions of A, B, C, or BC when it comes to your proper follow-ups, Current Code depends on the timing of your shield and the cancel window that allows you to cancel from said shield.
Yes, that's correct. Current Code also is plagued by a couple of issues, being inputs being eaten in certain fashions. More notoriously, full moon shield. If you try to do 2-3-6 after shielding something, sometimes if you buffer too fast, you miss a direction and you just do low shield, which is very classic. But right now, we're doing Type LUMINA, and we have Drachme versus Arkma, most likely. So once again, the powered seal champion. A lot of people have. I said champion. Damn. All right, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But on the other side, we have Kohaku, a character a lot of people think is fairly weak when she really isn't. It does depend on the playstyle of the person.
we actually don't see very much Kohaku aside from Dragon and other players. But I actually have no idea. Usually we see like Power Steel dominating a lot of these tactics, but Kohaku being the unknown character, she has a few tricks up her sleeve to kind of even this out.
Akira runs the other side, gets a 236 A starter. That's probably one of the best moves in the game period. It's super fast, pretty big, gives big confirms like this. But then Kohaku is no slouch herself with a lot of long moves in her C buttons. Able to control space with plants that you see right there. But,
Pressure immediate moon skill Bato into set play.
Molotov is very invulnerable now. The shield DC, that's not too bad to eat because they did scale the damage on shield follow-ups this version. Oh, the 2C list, but you're not dead.
It's going to clash with anything.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe if it was just a EX Molotov it would work.
Go for the same jump setup. Oh, hey! Mixing it up with that green E there. Unblockable. Once more.
Actually trying to figure out how to get out of the corner. Oh, that was so messed up. That jump B hit from behind and Dracme didn't know which way to block after. I was gonna say should be dead because Arc went through Moon Drive, but now Dracme's just shielding for their life. Oh!
So much spaghetti on both ends. Oh no!
Yeah, a little bit too much spaghetti, and Arc was just like, oh yeah, I'll just take that real easy. Saw the Moon Skill cocktail, you shield that, you get a free punish, not an issue.
A little bit of a messy, sloppy game there at the end, but Arc for closing it out with some solid play afterwards, but looks like we're going next to Current Code, I believe. After Type Lumina, the next game will be Current Code streaming, and that is Zebroid versus Heavy Metal
Mixer. Yes. I trying to remember who Zebroid is, but I do know Heavy Metal Mixer played Current Code for quite some time. I'd say at least prior to pandemic, like somewhere in 2018, 2017 I saw them. I also forgot what character they play because I haven't seen them in bracket in quite some time. But I will say a lot of the Current Code players from I'd say like the last 5 to 6 years have gotten really strong due to the Current Code EXE getting a lot of fixes, making sure that there's not a lot of crashes. There's also Concerto to make sure there's more consistent lobbies. The Discord server is actually pretty big now, the main Current Code server. Am I forgetting anything else?
There has been a few Current Code brackets from what I recall. Not too many, but there are still a lot of people still grinding the game. And with Climax of Night on the horizon as well, I think a lot of people are also grinding that game even more now that there's an actual big regional tournament that they kind of can go into.
Yes, it's supposed to be like probably the biggest Current Code bracket we've had in like the last 5 years. Yeah, because the biggest one was up until one point Evo 2010, and then after that it was Climax. I think it was the first Climax that was not the first one, the one in 2019 that was ran. That one had the biggest Current Code bracket, which is really nice to see. But now this year there seems to be more international competition showing up in Atlanta this year, which should be very interesting because these are players that have been in their own region for quite some time and I don't think have traveled, and they're super strong in their own rates.
Yeah, speaking of which, I believe there is a donation drive for flying out a bunch of these international players to Climax tonight as well.
Oh yeah, that's true, yes. There's 2 Japanese contingents in Moai and Jing. I'm trying to remember the Full Moon War player.
Full Moon War Reseda?
Reseda, yes, Reseda. They are responsible for Full Moon War being... Yeah, F4 Psycho. In case you don't know, that copy pasta that's put in chat sometimes you're like, what is this? That's because of that region. Oh snap! So Happy Meal Milk Mixer playing C Seifuku and Zebroid playing Half Moon Vermilion. Huh.
Oh my. The clashes of the two Akihas. Seifuku, I believe, significantly stronger character than the HD Akiha here. Shadow over former self since the Actress Again era.
Yes, because in that PS2 version, I think almost all the Half Moon characters that were regularly played were super strong. Their offense was super high, their guard bar was really high as well, damage is also off the charts, and now in this version, all that's kind of toned down, but there's still a lot of strong Half Moon characters.
At least the HV Akiha, her ability to actually move around because her mobility is high, is still intact. So, you need to use that to get around the Sokodays of Seifuku.
Heavy Metal already slitting out some pillars, creating space. They want to make sure they don't get hit by any Seifuku anything, because then it leads to the whole set play combo, but we get a corner confirm.
Oh, Mr. Momichi loop is the combo, you know? Mostly what he's known for. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these characters, because they're so mobile, they keep dropping out of each other's combos.
Oh, they kind of hit them, see? Let's see if Mixer gets the full loop. They should be able to do a pit set at the end. It goes off. Oh, they did the ribbon?
Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah, she does a lot of damage, and I believe Seifuku has lower than average HP. I could be wrong though.
I believe so.
Anti-air kind of hit too soon.
Is that more of it? Yes, it is.
EXDP, don't want to block. And the thing about Seifuku in this version of the game, her 2A is not mashable. She has to change to other normals.
I believe one of the only single characters that actually have an unmashable Another event?
EX, time to block. Oh, baits off the heat activation. Doesn't get much off it though.
Alright. The arc drive command grab, get me out of here. Is that a kill? Oh no. Okay. Which is actually the hyper mobility of HV Akiha switching between the zoning and the rushdown almost immediately, closing out that game.
Yes.
1-1.
Vermilion Akiha known for being probably the most mobile character in the game while also having the least life or the lowest defense modifier out of every character in the game. She usually eats like 2 big hits and she's probably dead, but because she's so mobile and the game allows you to get so much life back in this version, especially depending on the moon that you're playing,